it's not.
What?
Take a look at this. What do you think it is?
These lines? I don't know. It could be anything.
It sort of looks like a tower, right?
Yeah, I guess. It's not this.
There's a film called Columbus, the directorial debut of Kogonada, a South Korean-American video essayist. It owes its title to the city of the same name in Indiana and depicts the relationship between Casey, a smart young woman, and Jin, the son of a famous architect. Having spent the entirety of her life in Columbus, Casey has developed a great affinity to the city's architectural marvels and modernistic nature, and dreams of becoming an architecture student herself. Though, her bond to Columbus and the insistence on taking care of her recovering mother have shackled Casey so far, providing her sufficient reasons to stay in the small, peaceful town that despite its merits doesn't comprise the prospect an individual like Casey internally yearns for. Jin, on the other hand, is a man forced to come back to Columbus when his father, a renowned architect, is hospitalized. Unlike Casey, Jin has never truly appreciated what the city of Columbus gave him and is stuck here against his own will.
What do you mean?
I don't know shit about architecture or care.
I don't believe you.
It's true. I'm just like everyone here. You grow up around something and it feels like nothing.
Wishing for his father's death, reasoned by his lack of care during his childhood, Jin himself must resolve his resentfulness during his indefinite stay. Once both Casey and Jin meet, a remarkable relation sprouts that marks the core of this blessed and contemplative film, which tells character by incorporating the beautiful environment they're surrounded by. What appears very striking from the beginning is that Kogonada opts for mostly static shots, rarely utilizing moving camera techniques. These shots often remain for long periods of time, with only the individuals inhabiting those freely moving in space. Almost like stills, the characters seem to be confined in the frame, unable to break through the boundaries completely. To me, this is such a clever way of describing both characters' state of life as they are rooted in place by their circumstances. Whether it's the actual screen that restricts them or objects such as doorframes and buildings, their mutual plight is echoed in the presentation perpetually. At the same time, the composition embraces symmetry very frequently. Various filmmakers have showed their love for this characteristic to tell different stories, and I can imagine that Kogonada had a special meaning in mind. One that is open to interpretation, but it's undeniable that the filmmaker bears a deep appreciation for architecture as a whole. With a great depth of field, he renders the characters and the commonly colossal structures into clear view, in turn creating an interesting juxtaposition between the creators and the creation. Columbus' distinct architectural style is not only pondered over by Casey and Jin in prolonged, soothing conversations, it also serves as a binding tissue of sorts, pulling both closer together in spite of the differences in viewpoints. I would argue that it's due to the great magnitude of the dichotomy that they are capable of helping each other. What the one lacks is really held by the other. Jin has alienated himself from his family, in particular his father, whereas family in form of a mother is invaluable to Casey, so much so that she's willing to sacrifice her life for her. On the one hand, Casey can't bring herself to see past the inhibition of growth she experiences by her inability to acknowledge that she has to move on eventually, be it with or without her mother. She too deserves an adventurous, fruitful life. Jin identifies this issue very soon, and as a man who has left his hometown to live abroad in order to fulfill his dreams, attempts to guide her. Columbus' central reciprocal affair accomplishes significant resonance, for we've all been there once in our lives, and if not, we will. The feeling of wanting to break out of a cage to pursue what's been incentivizing us for so long, while impeded by other forces. After all, there's always going to be a way out.